What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Post Credits Podcast, a show where we are lucky enough to talk about movies with you. This is episode 53.
Yeah, it is.
Is
There
it?
you go.
Yeah, it is.
Recorded on Sunday, October 26, 2025, to get posted to podcast services on Tuesday, October 28th, 2025, to the usual spots.
Why did you say it like that?
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, and YouTube. If you're listening to us on an audio-only version, feel free to come on over to YouTube. You can listen to us
If
there.
they were listening on an audio-only version, they wouldn't have seen you beckon to them through the camera. I'm
For
just
the record,
throwing that out
For the
there.
record, nobody saw that.
I did the Neo thing. I did the, whatever. Anyway, come check us out on YouTube as well. That's what I wanted to say. We try and step out some interesting segments. Like and subscribe. Don't forget that. However you choose to enjoy our content, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We just recorded another movie bracket battle for you to check out. We have one now in May, one in July, and one in October. Check those out to see. We have just a quick little thing. The 16 weeks, we talk about a movie recommend on the show, and we then put them into a bracket, and every 16 weeks we have a battle. We just did the third one.
Sure.
So there's one in May, one in July, one in October. Check those out.
The new one will come out on Friday, so if you're listening current, you won't be able to hear that until a couple of days later. For the record,
it'll be there. All right, it'll be there.
Yes, it will.
I think only
Friday.
I think we're sticking those only to YouTube. I may upload it audioly. I don't know. But I think
maybe.
just YouTube for those. But anyway, like and subscribe. Thank you.
Do it.
Do it. Isn't that Starsky and Hutch?
Do it.
Do it. Yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
I hate it here.
Good.
I know you do, Chris. I know you do.
Yes.
Chris is riding on a high right now because, as you can see, none of us changed clothes. We just did the movie bracket battle. So
They don't know that.
I just told them.
They don't know that.
We just talked about recording it already.
I know, but they didn't know we just did it.
Oh,
They
fair
have
enough.
no
All right.
concept of our time.
Fair enough.
We
just
live
did
in a
it.
vortex of our own making.
Time is a
It's
construct.
basically a pocket dimension.
Time is a flat circle.
It is a flat circle indeed.
We exist in the pocket dimension of this studio.
What a riveting episode
Yep.
so far.
Great start. Great
On this
start.
episode, we're going to ramble on for a few minutes, talk about box office. We have a movie recommendation. One of you guys did last week. I did last week. We're going to talk about musicians, musical biopics, and then Springsteen, Deliver Us from Nowhere. Let's start us off. I am one of your hosts, Grayson Maxwell. Joining me as I do every week on my lovely co-hosts, Roger Stillion and Chris Boughan.
Yo.
Yep.
One of them has a very well-kept beard. The other one looks kind of long and scraggly. I'll let you decide which.
Only a man who has never been able to grow a beard would say either of these beards are kept. So, I mean,
Yours is way more kept than his.
No, it's
mine
not.
hasn't grown yet.
That's fair.
No,
Mine's
it's not.
never
It's
grown.
Still a baby beard.
That's right.
I can't grow it.
I
Anyway,
hate that I
moving
did
on.
that.
What's
Yes.
going on? What's going on this week, guys? What
Roger,
happened?
It is your turn.
It is
What
my
happened?
turn. to
What
rate
happened? What
news.
happened this week? Tell me.
Introductions.
Come on.
I don't know.
We've
Not
done this
much.
a lot of
Not
times.
much for me. I mean, I worked. I was a really busy week for me at work, actually. So I had that going for me. Really occupied a lot of my time.
Woo!
But watched a lot of stuff on TV this past week.
Very cool.
I mentioned previous that I've been watching The Pit.
Mm-hmm.
I am almost done with it. I have one episode remaining.
Nice.
That show is just
That show is tough, man.
man.
Yeah.
I texted Chris. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I
Yep.
texted you. The 8th episode is absolutely brutal. I won't say what happens, but it's
Yeah. There were multiple points when, like, meanwhile, if we watched that over like 3 nights or something,
yeah.
and there were multiple times where we both said, "This freaking show, man!"
Yeah.
Like as soon as the episode ends, it's just like,
Like I got up and I walked out of the room like wiping my eyes. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man.
Yeah.
In what way? Like in a Breaking Bad way, or like in a This Is Us way?
In a sad.
This Is Us way. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
have you not seen The Pit?
No, not
Watch
yet.
The
you
Pit.
should watch The Pit.
It'll take it's not a quick watch because they're hour-long episodes each.
No, and there's 15 of them.
yeah,
Which is incredible.
But the way that the show's formatted and the way it's shot, it feels like 15-minute episodes, every single one of them. It's a weird phenomenon. I think it's because they go from thing to thing to thing to thing so often, they bounce, that it keeps your just like your attention span in a very like good spot to where you're always catching up a little bit, and the show flies by on the watch.
Yep. And it starts. It's all one day. It's every hour of the
Yep.
day, like 24 style. Like between 7 and 8, 8 and 9, 9
Mhm.
and 10, and yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
really
it's
well done in
an excellent
that
show.
essence.
I can't talk about how good it is, and I'm super pumped that more is coming relatively soon.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
So
worth the watch, 100%.
and
Good.
it's good, like good.
Yeah.
Is it the bear good?
It
Bear is
might
excellent.
be. It's different in the bear.
Listen, I would say I don't necessarily know if it's in the ballpark, but it's outside the parking lot, looking at the ballpark.
That's
Like
fair.
it's good, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in like real medical drama kind of stuff, like it checks most of those boxes too.
Yeah, that was one of the things that my wife was giving it praise for, is because a lot of times, 99% of the time on a medical show or movie, they do things wrong, and this they painstakingly went out of the way to make sure everything was as accurate as they could do it on television.
I would like to note that this is not ER or Grey's Anatomy.
No,
This is not
God
that.
no.
Is
Yeah.
it as good as Scrubs?
Yes.
It's a joke, guys. Because Scrubs is funny. It's not great. It's
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you've enjoyed it.
I have.
Good luck with the last episode.
Thanks.
What about you, Chris? What's going on in your life?
Just a lot of sports stuff with the kids. Actually got to had the pleasure of rewatching K-pop Demon Hunters last night with
Nice.
my youngest. God, that's a good movie.
Was
It
it
really
golden?
is, huh?
Was it golden?
It was golden.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. See,
No,
some good in there?
I mean, it's fantastic. I know you've seen it. Have you watched it yet?
No, not yet.
Brother,
You should, man.
I'm busy. I got stuff going on.
I'm
I
busy.
know.
It's from the same guy that told me you watched all the Harry Potters
Yeah.
last week.
Well,
Don't
I
tell me
told
you
you,
have time.
I've watched a movie every night or every day for the past now going on 10 years. I won't stop that. So
Listen, K-pop Demon Hunters is not the best movie of the year. It's not.
it's on my list. It's not like it's not.
It's
on
very
my
good
list.
though.
Yeah, but you watch that movie, man.
Well, the reason I did Harry Potter, my sister's visiting, and just so I can knock something out each night, those are easy for me to watch, and I can sit down and organize and do things while I'm watching that. And
Gotcha.
that's one for each night, so I keep my streak going. So that's why that.
Some that I forgot to say this when we talked about K-pop Demon Hunters or something else before. It reminds me of Mitchell's and the Mitchell's and the Machines. The way the animation is a lot, and in like the best ways. Also, Mitchell's versus the Machines is getting a number 2. Apparently,
I hadn't heard that.
That's a sequel. Good for them. That's a great movie too.
Yeah, we like
that's
that movie a lot.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
That's a 10 for sure.
Good movie.
All right, what else is going on?
That's it. That's all I got. What about you?
Been traveling. We went to Cooper's Rocks. We went to the Tala the Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum from the mid 1800s. We took a poke around. Massive building, biggest sand cut building in North America, which I thought was really cool. And this side of the world, it's where a bunch of people were sent to, of course, receive treatment in the middle of the 19th century, so mid 1800s
Did you get possessed?
Unfortunately, I didn't.
Unfortunately,
Would you know?
I would. Look, ghosts.
You have a weak spirit. I don't know if you
come
would.
at, first of all, I don't. No one ghosts come at me. You coward ghost.
You repeatedly refuted that.
Immediately. First off, I do not.
I think you ghosts are a bunch of cowards, and you have no. Come on. But anyway,
All of a sudden, it's like fingernails are going to bend backwards.
Bold statement for a man who can't grow a beard.
That was okay. I'll give you that. I will give you that. That's a really cool place, man. It's huge, and there's so many wings and lots of stories. I took lots of pictures, but I didn't know that you could pretty much throw a woman in the insane asylum in that time for anything. When they were telling stories about, we were looking at things that people were admitting. It's like the things they would say is like a woman was miscarried. Oh, so she's now in the insane asylum. Like it's just nuts where we've come as people, or what we used to believe as people. But very cool, very rich history. That was in Weston, West Virginia.
Yeah,
I'd never been there except for that. So,
right to go back.
Right next to Buchanan. Well, there's like 17 tours. We did 2 of the tours. We did the first floor tour and the paranormal tour, but there's so many tours. However, get this, when the Halloween tours start, when they do the Halloween stuff, that's all booked. Like the day they open up,
sure.
The day I think early September, it's booked all the way through December for that year. It's done. So I want to go back and do that, but easy drive. That was really cool. We've done hiking, Cooper's Rocks, all kinds of stuff. Not a lot of time for anything else. I spent more money this week eating than I wanted to, but
as you do.
I'm about to go.
Up quick, man.
I'm about to go back to work, so that shouldn't be an issue. But other than that, yeah, the Harry Potter films. That's all I watch is the Harry Potter films and Deliver Us or Springsteen Deliver Us from Nowhere this week, which is my
Did I watch the wrong movie?
So
You
eight,
might have.
so 8 movies this week is probably my least watched movie week in the last 5 or 6 years. So
Has no time for K-pop Demon Hunters, so I get you.
None. Zero.
none. Look, I'll find time when you find time for Sunshine. A deal's a deal, man. Come on,
I listen. I'm
come
all
on,
for
man. Both of us are unemployed still, so come on. All right, let's get on with the show. Let's talk about some box office. Actually, before I plug this last part, hold on one sec.
Did you forget to pull up the box office?
Once again, this is episode 53 of Post Credits Podcast, where we are lucky enough to talk about movies with you. Let's start a show.
Yeah,
I
let's
just
do it.
want to remind this is episode 53.
Is it?
And it is.
Episode
We have a
53?
lot of good shorts on YouTube. Please check those out. Like, subscribe. They're a lot of fun. Let's look at some box office. A really weak box office this week.
Yeah,
Really
not
weak.
great, buddy.
Some weak movies out this week.
I mean, number one, Chainsaw Man, the movie Res Art. So I got to give it to it. 17.3 million
And Make keeps winning.
for a worldwide of 108 million. If you want that popcorn bucket from AMC, don't sleep on it. Those will be gone. So get that.
Did you get me one?
I sent you the link. Man.
My brother.
Jeez Louise. All right. Black Phone 2, 13 million for a worldwide
It came in second?
of 80 million. What got beat out by Chainsaw Man? So how mad can you possibly be?
I meant like compared to the other movies that we considered watching this week.
yes,
For the
of
show.
course.
Yeah.
Some didn't even place. So
Yep.
that's 80 million worldwide. Number 3, Regretting You, 12.9 million, beat out everything else for 22.8 million.
Gross.
I know, whatever. Well, I kind of no, I take that back. Not I know, whatever. I like that's a different movie people like, and if you're in the Taylor Swift camp, I'm sure you're gonna watch that movie. Springsteen, Deliver Me from Evil from Nowhere. Roger said evil and it got me. Delivery from Nowhere, 9.1 million for a worldwide of 16.1. Not a strong start for the Springsteen biopic.
Brutal.
Tron Ares, 4.9 million for a worldwide of 123 million.
Jeez.
Not great for Tron.
6
through 10 hours follows real quick. Good Fortune, Shelby Oaks, the movie that Stuckman did. That has done a worldwide of 2.3 million. It's better than some. One Battle After Another, Roofman, number 9, number 10, Truth and Treason. One Battle After Another is sitting at 179 worldwide. So not the greatest start, but that's okay.
I want to point out 2 things.
Please.
First off, the budget for Springsteen was like 55 million, so it probably isn't going to see that.
16.1.
Nope.
Yeah, it probably won't see that.
Wah,
The
wah.
Chainsaw Man movie, which 100 million, you said it made worldwide so far.
108.
100 million.
Yep.
Its budget was a whopping 4 million.
Yeah, like 7 cents. Yeah. Okay.
7 yen.
Yeah. So I mean, look, people love that. And then we just saw was the movie we just talked about. Demon Slayer did massive numbers around the world, and in Japan, where it's their number 1 boxing or grossing movie, right?
Yeah, of all time.
Yeah. So I mean, if you like that, Chainsaw Man is right up your alley. Then I assume so.
Chainsaw Man is it's a different kind of thing than what Demon Slayer is. It's definitely a little less on the very high end of the animations like spectrum. However, it's got great action, and I've heard nothing but good things about the third act being action packed and it have an actual like full story arc for its first and second acts that lead up to it. But it has 1 season out. It came out in like 2017 or 2019. 2021. It's been a while since that season came out, and this is like a linking movie to the next season, similar to how Mugen Train acted.
Nice.
And it's 12 episodes. It's an easy watch. You should absolutely catch up on it before you go see the movie because you will have no clue. It just drops you in, and if you didn't catch up, it's your fault. But it's got some good visuals and it's got an interesting storyline. So
I mean, catch up if you want to.
Nice.
Not mandatory, but if you want to.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to watch the entire source material before you go watch a movie that ends the entire series. It's fine.
Sure.
Big for your britches over there today, Chris. My goodness, you win one thing, and apparently you're just big for your britches.
Spoiler
Let's talk about a movie recommendation. I believe it's your week this week, Roger.
Yep. It is my week.
Hit us with it.
I have chosen Rocketman, the Elton John musical biopic, which I think is a lot of people. It doesn't get the credit it deserves, but I actually prefer it over Bohemian Rhapsody.
I was going to ask if you liked it more than Bohemian.
I do actually.
Okay.
I
do not. I'm on the other side.
I think that Taron Egerton is far more charismatic as Elton John than Rami Malek is as oh my God, Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, there you go.
But I mean, they're both very good movies. I just prefer Rocketman myself. So I think it's good. You should check it out. It tells a nice story in musical format, and he does all his own singing, which is excellent. And I think he does a great job.
2019, directed by Dexter Fletcher. It is available on. It's on TBS, TNT. Ooh, you can catch reruns of that right there.
Right now.
And it's on Prime as well. So, but a good cast, as you mentioned: Taron Egerton, Jamie Bell, Richard Madden, Rob Stark himself,
Mr.
Bryce
Rob
Dallas
Stark.
Howard, Tom Bennett, a couple other people too. Steve McIntosh as well. But that was 2019 before the world shut down in 2020. But that's a good one, man. That's a year after Greatest Showman. When was Bohemian Rhapsody?
In between those.
What's that?
It was like 2018.
Yeah, okay. So that was a good time for music biopics if that's your thing. We got another one to talk about today. But that's incredibly high production value. Rocketman was very, very good, very good, very good. I don't know if it's going to be a contender in the next 16 weeks, but we will find out.
I think it'll do just fine.
I don't know. We just had some upsets on that. If you haven't watched it, watch it this Friday. Some upsets on there, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, I said watch it this Friday, man.
Oh, you said if you haven't watched it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Man, my brain is just gone. Anyway, good recommendation. Let's talk about some music biopics right now because we're about to talk about one later. General topic, boys. What's been your favorite? I think yours is probably Greatest Showman.
Biopics?
Musical.
Music. Oh, just musical. Period.
Yeah, well, musical, but that's P.T. Barnum. I mean, that's.
Okay. I didn't think of it that way. So, yeah, probably. I can't remember So the musical biopics are not my thing, right? So like I have a hard time getting into these and having a good time, which is funny because I'm a big dialogue driven movie watcher as well. So a lot of these do ride on like how well they're written and the dialogue therein. Am I allowed to pick Whiplash? Because I'd pick Whiplash more than anything.
Yeah, it's not really a.
I mean,
a biopic.
Whiplash is an incredible movie. I don't think it fits the category of biopic.
All right, then Greatest Showman, because I also watched that recently. I forgot to say that on top of the.
Also, you should just watch Whiplash.
Yeah, you should. 100%.
Sure, and I understand that, but so I want to read you. Oh, I guess I'd say mine. I don't. Bohemian Rhapsody's up there. I loved Greatest Showman. I just have a thing. Hugh Jackman, that man can just. He's born to be a performer. I'm not saying anything bad about Taron Egerton or Rami Malek, but Hugh Jackman, that was a movie he tried to get off the ground for years and years and years. Mm-hmm. And that's just, to me, is just that man was born to be seen and dancing and stuff on stage. So that'd be my pick for my preferred one to watch. Although,
I mean, there's some great ones.
Maybe Bohemian Rhapsody might be I think one of the better ones.
I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody got a lot of acclaim. Other great ones that have come out in recent years: Walk the Line, the Joaquin Phoenix, Johnny Cash.
21 years ago.
Walk the Line was not 21 years ago.
2004, dog.
Walk the Line did not come out.
2008. I'm thinking of.
Did not come out.
I'm thinking of what's the one? I'm thinking of Ray. Sorry, 2004. That was Ray with Jamie Foxx.
Bohemian Rhapsody is about the guy,
Freddie Mercury. Queen.
Okay, what's the one with the drummer guy that's going deaf or whatever?
Oh, that's
Remember the name?
Sound of Metal.
That's my okay. I'm changing my.
Is that a biopic?
I'm changing my answer to that one, no matter what you guys say.
Okay, well that's Riz Ahmed. That's Riz Ahmed, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Hell of a movie that one. That one's great.
Straight Outta Compton also is a music biopic.
Great one. 2016ish. Yeah.
Excellent movie.
Mm-hmm. What about the Bob Dylan one last year?
So here's the thing. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just not a Bob Dylan guy.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that matters to me. That's one of the issues I have with this.
What about One Love?
I don't think that movie's very good.
I didn't think the movie was very good either.
It's not.
The idea is great.
Yes.
The movie itself, not very good.
Agreed. I agree 100% on you with that one. It just didn't move the needle for me at all. But I mean, we're just three idiots talking on a podcast. I mean, grain of salt. If you love it, you love it. But
bunch of idiots talking.
So here are the top.
Here assholes.
True.
Here are the best 50, and some of them you may not consider.
50?
But
what about 8
I'm
Mile?
I'm just going to go through 1 through 20. I'll show you. That
really
one's
good.
surprisingly low on the list, but I'll show you. Hold on. Number 1, What's Love Got to Do with It from 1993. Funny Girl from 68. The Pianist from 2002 with Adrian Brody, which I mean,
whatever.
For the same reason that Greatest Showman, it's about someone who did something musically for a time.
Yeah.
But that was, about a man's survival in Warsaw from 39 to 45. So, I mean, but he played
listen,
piano. Is how he
Pianist
survived.
is a great movie, by the way. I'm not trying to besmirch it. I just don't consider it a musical biopic.
Is it Pianist or Pianist? Had to ask. Sorry. Okay.
Why are you
I love how he giggles.
Why are you 7?
Because you did giggle. I literally saw Roger giggle.
No, you didn't.
Number 4.
Look at you. Go. What the?
I saw your mouth kind of. All right, number 4, Blaze 2018, Behind the Candelabra 2013,
Blade?
number 5, Blaze. Number 6 is Shine from 1996, Amadeus 84, clinched the number 7
Multiple
spot.
Oscar winner.
Yes.
Amadeus.
Excellent, incredible movie, by the way.
And of course, these are all ranked by Rotten Tomatoes.
Amadeus Demon Hunter is also really good.
Straight Outta Compton is number 8.
Well, dude, you have to ask sometimes.
All right, back to Straight Outta Compton. That's number 8, Roger. You know that?
Great movie. It's
That's-
great. Straight Outta Compton's excellent.
Number 2015. Rocketman's number 9 from 2019. Love and Mercy 2014, number 10. Sid and Nancy 86. Hold on. I'll just go the ones we know. Going down. Oh, Sound of Music is number 17. Incredibly famous Sound of Music, 17.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Mildly famous.
Walk the Line from 2005 is number 18.
We're both wrong. Quit squabbling.
I know. I thought it was
20 years ago, though.
Isn't that nuts? Okay.
God damn it, I'm old.
Nowhere Boy. That's 2009. That's pretty famous as well. Get On Up with Chadwick Boseman is number 21. At
What
an
about
80
Tick, Tick,
Metacritic.
Boom? Is it on there?
I'm not there yet. Raised 2004. Elvis 23. Do you think Elvis is above Tick Tick Boom? I do not.
Like Elvis, the Austin Butler one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think so. A Complete Unknown. Timothée Chalamet, Bob Dylan, number 24.
I said it's fine.
8 Mile. Here's the one I contend with. Number 25. I think that needs to be much higher than
8
25.
Mile is an excellent movie.
I think so as well.
It's entertaining. It's got good music in it, and it's just done well.
Correction. Oscar winner. 8 Mile.
Yes,
8 Mile.
of course. Some Yankee Doodle Dandy, number 34. Just going down the list real quick. Bird, number 38 from 1988.
Blade?
Sweet Dreams is 2024. That's the Johnny Knoxville one.
Yeah.
Did you know what I'm talking about? You see, yeah, I've seen it too.
Oh.
Just a couple others here. Oh, Selena from 1997.
Yeah, that was a big movie.
That was Jennifer Lopez. That's number 47. And that's, keep in mind, we're at number 47 and it's only at 67 Rotten Tomatoes. So we're still high up there. Yeah. Cadillac Records 2008. One Chance is number 50 that's James Corden. Yeah. So there's some just a list to see where you all fit. I'm angry that Sweeney Todd's not on that list, but
I don't know if it needs to be.
It's not a biopic. It's just a musical. But
that's just a musical. Yeah, that's different.
I'm a big fan of Sweeney Todd, though. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
But
It's
so
interesting.
biopics are.
I know it's interesting that Tick Tick Boom doesn't make
the
list,
list, but nothing Netflix did. So maybe they just didn't include.
That's actually a good point. Because like what would qualify on that list back when when Netflix wasn't doing the things that were necessary to have like Oscar winners and such. So like maybe it doesn't register because it was never considered a movie release. It was only a streaming release, that kind of thing. So that could play into that.
On the Collider's number 1, although this is just biopic in general, but like 12 Years a Slave, Hidden Figures, The Social Network is number 5.
Good movie.
Black Klansman, I love that movie. 2018. That's number 3.
Is an excellent film.
That's number 3. Now, Can You Forgive Me? That's the one good movie I think she does. Melissa McCarthy, 2018. And Selma from 2014. That's the number 1 biopic according to Collider.
Yeah.
But grain of salt, no matter what you do.
Depends on how far you can throw them, I guess.
Sure. But so biopics. I know, Chris, of the 3 of us, I think you are the least interested when we come across a musical biopic. Why is that?
I would be more interested if it was about people I was interested in. So I think that's kind of where it falls.
Who's one that you'd be excited about, for example?
Dave Draymond from Disturbed.
I was going to say that.
He's a wild person.
He's fascinating, right?
He's a fascinating dude.
Serge Tankian from System of a Down. He is also a very interesting man. Does a lot of good things with his money. It's things that I'd be interested in from, I guess, when I was most interested in music, right? Where like a lot of the things we get are still from kind of the old guard, where where it's like I know who
Elton John, and of course,
like Elton John. Huge person within the space of my lifetime. Don't care. You know what I mean? Like good for him.
Fair. Yeah.
Great dude. Happy for him. awesome that he got a movie. I don't really have any interest in
I
it.
totally
So,
I totally understand that.
I think it would just have to come down to like being someone or something that I'm interested in. Hitting on the head with David Draven is crazy. I was just gonna say it, but yeah,
who is the guy from Breaking Benjamin? That's one I'd be interested in seeing.
Benjamin?
Benjamin Burley, I think is his name.
I think he's got a good voice too.
He has a good voice. He's been dying of cancer for like the last 10 or 15 years, which is his
Well,
story.
that's the whole Breaking Benjamin thing.
His
band is
his
named
story would be very interesting as well because there's been a lot of tumultuous things both with himself and his band over the course of that time.
Yep.
So yeah, there's some
He
cool
fired
stuff
them
there.
all once.
Yeah, he
Replaced
did.
everybody in the band.
Yep.
Surprised none of you talked about Chad Kogler from Nickelback.
I don't. Again, things I'm interested in.
Robbie was looking like he's gonna kill me.
So I had an idea.
Yeah.
We
take Grayson's
given
mic.
the circumstances, you could actually present Hot Tub Time Machine as a musical biopic. When he goes back and starts Motley Crue.
Motley Crue. Yeah.
You could spin that as,
you could actually. What a
saying,
great movie that. Look, we just talk about Hot Tub Time Machine.
the first one I think is an incredible film. Genius movie.
So tired of hearing about this movie out of you two.
Wait a minute, have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, why are you so tired? Then you don't know the brilliance of it.
I know you're a Chernobyl fan.
You want to go
Chernobyl.
fight?
Did you say Chernobyl?
That's what it's
That's
called.
the name of the energy drink that makes him go back.
And of course, Chevy Chase just comes and goes as he pleases, and they can't figure out when that guy's going to lose his arm.
The whole thing where he's going to lose his arm.
They're like, "This is it," and it doesn't
funny
happen.
enough, I was talking to somebody about Hot Tub Time Machine and that whole how that gag worked in that movie. You know where that gag doesn't work in a movie is in
Goats from Thor
in Marvel in Marvel Captain Marvel where you're waiting for Sam Jackson lose his eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're watching the whole time, and like they keep on doing this thing, and it's just not funny. But like it works in Hot Tub Time Machine in a very like well comedy delivered way. Or it doesn't work.
I would argue that Hot Tub Time Machine is a much better movie than Captain Marvel.
Not according to Metacritic. It's crazy.
Oh no, we looked at the Metacritic of Hot Tub Time Machine.
What is the Metacritic of Hot Tub Time Machine? Now I have to know what this is.
Let's go. See, look.
I know Cap Marvel is rated very high.
This is why you come here in the middle of talking about musical biopics.
We go from musical biopics to Chad Kogler to Hot Tub Time Machine to Motley Crue.
Motley Crue.
Okay, so this is sitting at this is a 63. It's fine.
What is
Hot Tub Time Machine?
What's Captain Marvel?
See.
Oh, Captain Marvel. Hopefully it's a 1.
Jesus.
I mean, I agree, brother.
Captain Marvel's a 64. What?
Okay, look.
Okay.
It
wins. That's all you need, right?
By definition, it's
It'd be the number 9 seed on our bracket battle. You know what I mean?
As your 8-9 battle.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
It's 1 better than Hot Tub Time Machine.
Hot Tub
1
Time
better.
Is a infinitely better film.
My God, it is.
There you go. The people have spoken.
And that's where the short ends right there. Okay.
No, that was way too long for sure.
All right. Well, so the Bob Dylan one didn't do it for you guys. I was kind of into it, kind of not though.
The thing, I'll say this again here in a little bit when we talk about this movie. If the Bob Dylan one didn't have Timothée Chalamet in it, I wouldn't care about it at all. If this movie didn't have Jeremy Allen White in it, I wouldn't care about this movie at all.
You're not wrong. I think the supporting cast in A Great Unknown was better, I think, than the Springsteen Delivery from Nowhere.
Oh God, we just recently watched that, didn't we?
Yeah, that was in December.
That's how forgettable that movie was. Because I don't.
It wasn't that long ago.
I barely remember it.
Yeah.
We watched it probably in like February for like the Oscar sweep.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Well, yeah, Timothée Chalamet was the big pull for that one, and the director, who was the guy who made Logan? What was his name? What's his name?
Charles Xavier.
Cyclops.
No, he's
Gambit.
Oh my Lord! Come on. Okay, let's move past this.
Chevy Chase.
Yes, thank you. You know this. Good for you. Logan director. Oh, James Mangold. Yeah. He made Great Unknown. So I think anyway, but yeah, I think it's a weird one for him to tackle. But all right. I mean, on the other hand, I love biopics. I think I'll be honest, the Springsteen one we're about to talk about, it threw me for a loop because I was expecting the treatment. I was expecting he was young.
You wanted the full Bruce?
Yeah.
I wanted
his name is Bruce.
Full Bruce.
And like, if you had the full Bruce, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Full Bruce. I was expecting like an actual story. We got a snippet of Springsteen after he's known, before he's huge.
Yeah, we got a time in his life.
It's like a year, right? Basically,
of him dealing with like massive depression and unable to process what he's got going on. Which
stardom.
I didn't know that. Do you guys know that what the movie was about? Even with the trailer, did you know?
Not really, not like that.
That's probably better. They kept that kind of on the forefront, in the back burner. But yeah, I am. So anything else you guys want to say about moving in before we move into the movie proper?
I will say something about musical biopics. The thing is, for me, and this is basically what Chris alluded to, is musical biopics, even if they're great, if it's not somebody that you particularly are interested in, it's hard to get somebody else to watch that.
Yeah.
Even if it's like the highest production value, that's the issue with Complete Unknown. I mean, you have one of the best actors in the world in Timothée Chalamet, and I will hear no slander saying that he's not great. And in that movie, like, I don't give a shit about Bob Dylan. Like, I don't care. And I understand for music, sure, like, you may love him, and like, I'm not trying to get controversial here and be like he didn't do anything for music. I understand that. Just personally, I don't care.
I mean, a quote that I keep on battling, that I keep on bringing up, that Grayson said, that I'll keep on saying until probably when we end the show eventually in 2 months, and it's that
exactly.
that he said that if you're 18 years or older, of course you know who Bruce Springsteen is.
Yes.
And I countered with, no one under the age of 45 knows who that is. And I think that it's the box office scoring of this is fairly evident of that. And it's just, it goes with what you just said. If you're not interested in it, or you don't know the person, or you didn't experience them when it was a moment when they mattered to you, evident by that and by the scent of Ben Gay in my movie theater, there isn't going to be a big pull for this film beyond a certain very specific demographic. And that's where I get surprised on like the budgets for these films, or like how serious, like not serious they're taken, but like how much goes into these from a studio perspective, when there's I don't feel like that there is a surefire return that they're getting for like the effort that goes into these sometimes. However, a director that wants to do it, an actor that is like just born for the role in that moment, that all matters. I get that, but it's just from a studio perspective, I can't see that these are guarantees, and it's just surprising that in 2025 that this is something that was taking a chance on, and it's obviously not going to make its money back or its budget.
Well, I mean, 55 million. I just Googled. I know you said it earlier about 50 million-ish.
Yeah.
I don't think it will. It would have to have another 2 really good weeks, and it doesn't.
It'd have 2 weeks at the same amount, which is actually unheard of.
Almost impossible.
Well, it wasn't. The thing about we just talked about this with the movie what movie we just talked about did nothing, but it had a smashing machine, A24, The Rock, Emily Blunt, A24. You'd think like
great cast.
That's an easy
open. The amount of people that watched our video about A24, no one cares.
Yeah, well, I have a hard time finding people that actually watch that too to talk about it. But here's the thing: is in this one, so you have Jeremy Allen White, who's bigger now than he's ever been. Yep. He's huge. You have Scott Cooper, who's done some good movies, and notably because of this one, it's important. He did Crazy Heart with Jeff Bridges, which won the Oscar. So you think it's an easy and it's a safe, and I don't want to say easy, but safe investment. You're like, okay, maybe we can go to 55 million from 30. So I can see why they might loosen the purse strings a little bit. However, I'm not. This is a weird time of year, though, and hold on. Well, so this is a weird time of year. We're in a weird movie time period when people just aren't going to the theater anymore. So it's like
we're a week before Halloween and didn't get a horror movie.
We've had 2 this season, so
2, only 2.
I think it's weird too, but we did have Conjuring, and we did have Black Phone 2.
Yeah.
So I mean, we did have 2. So
that's
but not the week of Halloween.
Then you're like,
yeah.
One's already gone. So
that's very damning.
Yeah. So I mean, like it by all measure. This is the week that Springsteen, Deliver Me from Evil, should have done, which is a great Halloween title, by the way.
It is excellent choice.
This is the week it should have came out and smashed if it had a shot to, because nothing came out as the box office. Like, the Chainsaw Man movie took first, which is uncommon, as good as they're proving to be at times.
Anime is making a bunch of money right now.
Well, that Forgetting You isn't the same demographic, so that's not an excuse.
Okay, fair. But that movie's one. A whole different movie was number 2. This thing didn't even get top 2 on the week it released. Yeah. This is the week it had the best chances to.
Yep.
Begonia made no money. You know what I mean? And it's like,
not even top 10.
That'll be next. Well, it goes wide.
It goes wide, yeah. But still, it's just like all these things came out, either swung and missed in its release week, or were unrelated entirely, and it still didn't make crap for money.
Well, it's a weird time for movies though, because I don't I hate to be that guy, an old man screaming at clouds, but when I started in 2002 at Carmike Cinemas, the Ohio Valley Mall, all movies are dead. There's no creativity. Obviously, that wasn't correct.
Yeah, not in
But
2002.
if you say it now, it's more correct now than it's ever been. I think evident by the fact that we keep remaking the same movies, we keep putting money into Marvel, it keeps making money, but that's got to end sometime. It's just I'm terrified that we're in these cycles we're never going to get out of, and we've always come out of cycles. You know, the gangster film, that kind of, we've always come out of those cycles because we don't need them anymore. We've played them out. However, one of my great terrors with film is we never get out of the Marvel cycle, and it just keeps getting worse. Although it's the same for Star Wars, we never get out of the Star Wars cycle, and it just keeps getting worse. You take a story that was beloved and loved by so many people, same with the Marvel, and you just keep destroying it further by these Disney Plus things and these just directions they shouldn't have gone. But
well, I mean, so in fairness on that discussion, though, Disney and Marvel have made more good movies than bad movies still,
and a ton of money.
Yeah, they're still
Sure.
positive by a wide
Sure.
margin. So it's we've been saying for the last 3 years that has been bad,
Yeah.
and that it's been getting bad, right? But like we have X amount of years. 10, 11 years of proof positives. So like looking at it from the big picture sense, that trend is obviously down in a big way, both creatively, and monetarily. However, the whole picture though, they're still up and positive. So they can back that creative thing because again, you have you have a lot of source material to pull from, which you can choose to be beholden is the wrong word, but you can choose to respect it.
Sure.
And that might get them back in graces. Whereas, what we're talking about with the biopic, and things like that, it goes, I think, sort of to my point where if the current audience that you want spending their money doesn't care, they're not going to spend
sure,
money.
and I get that.
I mean, Marvel is a good comparison here. While creatively bankrupt currently in the way that they've done things, and disconnected from their fan base, it's the demographic of people that have the most money to spend is our demographic, right? The older generation that's going to care about Bruce Springsteen, they have less money to spend. So you have to make that either extremely appealing to them or it's not going to make the money. So it's going to be this blip on the radar that no one notices comparatively to something else, right? While it didn't make money, you're not hearing negative buzz about it.
No.
You know what I mean? It's not like it crashed and burned.
Critically, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not getting torched or anything like that for anything I've seen.
No one says that it's bad. I personally just don't. I mean, you'll see here in a little bit.
Yeah.
I personally just don't care about it.
Yeah.
But so that actually brings me to the question before we really dig a little bit deeper into that movie.
Yeah.
Is you already kind of alluded to it with what you would like to see, Grayson? You never did say somebody you would like to see a biopic of for music from our age group.
Yeah,
like you.
Oh, I know a good one too.
I know a really good one.
I got you. The guy from Rise Against. I've heard he had a really interesting path to stardom.
He's
to make his music part of the genre. That it was a really hard fought path. That would be my researched answer. But my off the cuff answer, like as funny as it is, like I'd love to see a movie about Nickelback because like. No, hear me out for a second. Hear me out. I know that that's the jerk reaction of everyone. That's the knee jerk reaction is to laugh. And like, well, what? But at one time in like the early 2000s, like you couldn't listen to 5 songs on the radio without 2 of them being Nickelback songs.
That's fair.
Yeah, my point. And so all of a sudden around
$1 billion. Good for them.
I mean, millions. Like I mean,
billions.
Oh yeah, billions. Yeah. And then all of a sudden in 2008, people just started to hate Nickelback, which I never understood. But I'd like to. Tried a filmmaker sit down and like try to figure that out and tell that story.
Hold on. And, creatively bankrupt, puts out too much content. Marvel and Nickelback are the same thing, and he loves Nickelback. How's this possible?
I do love Nickelback.
What about you?
No, I had a big one that I think would be interesting, and it's a slightly different spin. I think if you did something on like somebody like Jay-Z.
Okay, yeah.
I think that could be massive. And here's the thing. He's got a ton of money, so the right people could entice him to really do that.
Yeah.
So I think that would be interesting. Like a lot of the rapper people or the hip hop folks that made it big, especially through like the mid 90s that stayed relevant into the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of stories to be told there.
Yeah.
So I think that would be interesting. I mean, that's
funny enough, our era of hip hop was probably one of the most like difficult ones to stand out in because you had Jay-Z, Eminem, a whole bunch of other people like within that same like genre time frame.
Too is first. Did you guys see that one? Get Rich or Die Trying. I really like that one. That was long, 2005-ish.
So yeah.
I really like that one. I thought that was really well made as well. But another one that like I had zero expectations for and just kind of blew me away. So
I think the last one, like biopic wise, like music for our era, Chester from Linkin Park.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
And and I mean they did so much, like on him and for him after he passed. That is also an interesting part of that story. How there's been 2 songs released after he's passed away that has his vocals on it, and it's such an interesting thing and he was such a beloved like person.
He was a dude
within that space. So
well, let me ask you one last question because we didn't talk about it. There's a trailer, Song Sung Blue with Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. As far as the music biopic space, and they're playing 2 people that did a Neil Diamond cover band. Are you guys at all interested in seeing that movie? It comes out Christmas Day. So.
I mean, short version without being a joke. If it didn't have Hugh Jackman in it, I wouldn't even watch the trailer.
Even Kate Hudson?
No.
Okay, well that's fair. I mean, I asked the question. That's fair.
I like it for Kate Hudson.
I mean, sure, that's fine.
High five.
But it's
thanks.
Just don't care.
Yeah, no. Well, like I mean,
like maybe it's great. I hope it is. But
he was my boy.
Well, that's like I said though. If it wasn't him,
yeah,
it's not even.
Yeah.
I mean, it's barely in my radar as a person who watches movies.
Yeah.
You know, that's how far outside of something I want to see.
I feel the same way, and I agree with Roger. If it wasn't Hugh Jackman, I wouldn't want to watch it.
Well, the movie
I still kind of don't.
The movie wouldn't have been made without Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
So,
but again, we watched the trailer recently, and I said that it's going to make no money. It's going to do it'll make more money than this probably than Hugh Jackman.
Well, simply based on Christmas, maybe.
Yeah,
Christmas is a big time for movies.
What else comes out on Christmas?
We haven't done that episode yet.
Yeah, it's Avatar. So.
Oh God. Yeah. Go ahead. Just get us into spring.
Listen, I don't have to. I know what's going to make all the money during Christmas. So
I'm willing to make a bet. Hear me out.
Oh God.
I'm willing to make a bet from.
Dear listener, Grayson is really bad at these.
I am really bad. Well, because I bet with my heart.
You do.
Anyway.
Yeah. I bet with facts and numbers. So.
Yeah, Roger bets with logic. I bet with emotion. Okay, so I will bet you that. It at least opens to a 20 million opening. The Song Sung Blue.
Listen, I will even make this easier for you. What did Springsteen open to? What was the exact
worldwide
number?
16?
Yeah, I will give you full credit if it opens $1 more than $16 million.
Worldwide.
All
right, I want a Baconator.
1 week. That's fine. I'll give
you.
I
was going to say from Christmas to New Year's, it's 1 week. That's what we're considering.
I'll give you that.
Okay, fair enough. Chris, you witnessed this.
Hey, it's fine.
Listen, I'll even let you bring your number down.
No. I'll keep it 20. I'll keep it 20.
No, you don't have to. I'm that confident.
I'm confident about 20. I'm keeping it.
Hey, Cameron, when you get beat out by sing song sung or whatever it is.
When the numbers come in like on New Year, the day after New Year's, and it's like Avatar 264 million, everything else a handful of nickels.
Well, that's fine, but I think Hugh Jackman.
Something else big open on Christmas too.
Yes, a lot. I think Hugh Jackman's got a much bigger pull than you think he does.
I agree with that.
I think Neil Diamond has no pool.
I think that's
just the discussion. Also, not Phil Collins.
Yeah, true.
Which, by the way, in this movie,
no one's referenced.
I was that guy when they mentioned. I went in the theater during my show. I went, what?
Yeah. Actually, I would watch a Phil Collins biopic. For
real. There you go.
Would rule.
Okay, so why that's funny?
Because
listen. As soon as they get to the making of the Tarzan soundtrack,
sure,
man, I'm locked in the whole time.
Why that joke's funny is because if you're into the lore of Post Credits Podcast, Chris confused Bruce Springsteen and Phil Collins.
I thought for sure we were watching Phil Collins
for
movie
weeks.
for a while.
For weeks.
I think he still might be a little confused.
I talked about
what
it.
Was the old joke we had about Death of the Nile, where you didn't know what that movie was about either.
Oh, because I thought
it was Jungle Cruise or some shit.
Yeah, I did
A previous venture.
Well, let's just look at Christmas real quick.
Let's do
real
that.
quick.
I mean, we have an episode coming up looking at 2026 and forward, but
Yeah, true.
we are. Hold on. Okay, we got October. I have December. Okay, so December.
Start mid-December.
Mid-December, please.
Friday the 12th is Silent Night, Deadly Night, which could be fun. Scarlet, Hamnet, which I'm excited for, and Ellen McKay. You've seen the trailer for Ellen McKay a million times. December 19th. This is the big one. Avatar, Fire and Ash. The Housemaid, which is Sydney Sweeney, and what's her face? She was Karen on Mean Girls. Could guess the weather by
Amanda Seyfried.
Yes, yeah, Amanda Seyfried. Is this thing on? And SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants, which will do nothing.
Make more money than you expected.
I'm sure it will.
It will too.
And then
our generation,
December 25th, Christmas Day, right now slated. Anaconda is going to do a shitload of money. The Jack Black. That
you don't
Paul
want
Rudd.
that. You don't want that to happen.
Why not?
Because if that makes a shitload of money, who's going to go see the Neil Diamond shitty thing?
I'm just saying, Marty Supreme, which actually that's Timothée Chalamet, but the ping pong that could be something, and Song Song Blue. So
that's not a strong.
I think it's stronger. I think Marty Supreme's going to do better than you think.
I will enjoy my delicious baconator.
Well, not. I will enjoy.
All right.
I mean,
we'll find out.
It's going to do a lot of money because Sydney Sweeney.
$16.5 million. That's the only number you have to worry about.
I think the only thing digging into what's going on with Avatar is none of those. It doesn't matter.
Nope, it's just Avatar.
As much as I want Avatar to fail, it's not going to.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It's going to make a bunch of money.
Actually, here's something you might want to see the first weekend. It's one movie, Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. Instead of two movies, it's one. Yeah,
but that's just a relaunch.
But I've already seen those.
That's just a relaunch.
But it's edited, so it's one movie. That'd be cool to see as one movie.
It'll make
like 6 hours, but
it'll make 1.1 million at best.
You know the one movie I want them to actually do that for is It.
Yeah, that'd be a good showing.
I mean, it'd be great to come out on Halloween.
Dairy starts soon.
Just like next week.
Yeah.
After Halloween, I might add.
Yeah.
Isn't it after Halloween?
Close enough.
It's 26, though. Anyway, and there's also Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which I think will do a little bit of money as well. I mean, the first one did a lot of money. It did.
People liked it.
SpongeBob will be the only thing that takes money from Avatar.
You think so?
Yeah, probably.
I guarantee it.
I wouldn't. I agree.
Because our generation is ridiculous and actually wants to go see that movie, which it makes me sad.
I would agree with you, but I'm just one man, one a-hole on the internet talking about
one
movies.
Man talking about one movie. That's Bruce Springsteen, Deliver Me from Evil, and everything else.
Deliver Me from Evil. Roger laughs he chuckles every time. All right,
it's good.
We've talked about some musical biopics. Let's talk about Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere. Do you guys know the numbers of this?
Nope. I don't look at those anymore because you told me not to.
Yeah.
And you rule this podcast with that iron fist.
With an iron fist. My little dainty
you are
hands.
You are the domineering force.
Wow. All right. Make fun more, please. All right.
I'm so proud of myself.
Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere, Rotten Tomatoes. Are you ready for these numbers?
I bet it's fine.
Yeah.
61 and 84.
All right, it's lower than I thought it was.
Popcorn review is much higher than the critics.
I'm surprised.
Well, because the Springsteen people probably love it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it's the one and only time my entire theater got out their Nokia smartphones and left a review on something.
I don't think they had Nokia
Straight
smartphones.
to letterbox, baby.
All right, you guys know what the Metacritic is. Would you tell me I was crazy if I told you it was 59?
Oh,
I was gonna say 55. So
no, because I saw this movie too, and I understand.
I think 59's a tad low.
For this movie?
Yeah.
But how? Then where would you put it?
I would have 61 or 62. That's why I said tad.
It's right on where you.
It's within the margin of error.
Yeah.
Well, it's from yellow to green. That matters.
Oh my god! This movie isn't green.
I want you to understand this movie as ho-hum as I think a movie can be about a famous person.
I don't disagree with you, but it does a lot of things right.
I think CM Punk should have played Bruce Springsteen.
CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
How would they bleep out it? How would they blur out his Pepsi tattoo or the Cobra on the other arm?
Hey, keep him in.
Just leave it in.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Well, see, I'm going to be the high one on this. I have a feeling I'm going to be the high one on this, but let's talk about it. Jeremy Allen White, Jeremy Strong. Mark Strong is not
Mark Strong
Strong.
him.
That's not him.
No.
I don't know
Paul
who that
Walter
is.
Hauser, which, by the way, I watched a movie on the plane coming back last week with him, David Strathairn, a handful of other people about him exploiting a game show in the 70s. He memorized a pattern. It's a really decent movie. I forgot what it's called, but that's actually really decent. But Stephen Graham, who I love too, and I've seen him in a million things. It's nice to see him step up and be a much bigger role in something. Odessa Young as Faye and Gabby Hoffman, written and directed by Scott Cooper. Chris, lead us in with the thumbs up, thumbs down.
All
Por
right, so
favor.
Springsteen, "Deliver Me from Evil." Kind of us in if we like it or don't. Thumbs up or thumbs down in 3, 2, 1.
Wow. Okay. Damn,
Defend yourself.
guys.
Defend
Jeez.
yourself. You are alone.
First, okay. So we talked last week about before recording about why this over. We had some other options. We had Chainsaw Man. We could have done Begonia. Had the release been different. Forgetting You was on the docket for a few minutes. Why this one? To me, it's because I know Jeremy Allen White's going to be nominated, and the thing about Jeremy Allen White is he's excellent. It's The Bear. I think is one of the best shows on television right now, bar none. Still running, still in production. I would think to make that argument as of not, I think you'd have to bring a very strong argument to the table, which doesn't exist. So Jeremy Allen White, I think, is the number one reason to watch this. Outside of Bruce Springsteen himself, I think is still somewhat culturally relevant.
Yes.
In just the name of a rock star, absolutely then, because he is a generational icon that never went away, never will go away. Even when he's dead for 50 years, his albums will still be, Born in the USA, and there's a multitude of songs that will forever be in, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music in their playlists. And I think that for that reason, the way Scott Cooper used some of these songs in this Springsteen film, I think is interesting. Now, what I didn't know was this movie is a very small segment of the Springsteen fame. This movie starts after he's well known, not famous, but before Born in the USA, which was a massive hit.
I mean, I would argue he's famous, but he hasn't been catapulted into stardom by
Well,
this point.
he's standing outside nightclubs and people really they're not like mobbing him. So
It was different.
famous,
Yeah,
but he's not.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
okay.
not Bruce Springsteen yet.
Where I'm giving the thumbs up, none of those things is some of the conversations we have with these people. It is, I think, so well written, some of these conversations, especially the ones he has with Faye, the ones he has with his manager. And it would be tough because we just talked about this with the Marvel film that dealt with depression a little bit, or like
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts is not only is it a very timely thing, that topic now, because it's pertinent, because it's now more than ever people suffer from that, and it's there's tons of treatment for it and diagnoses, but it's done in a way that I was floored by the performance of Jeremy Allen White in this, playing a guy who is overcome with depression on a level that he almost can't function. And I bought it. I never didn't buy it. Did you guys always buy it, or do you have to convince yourself to buy it?
No. I did. I think two things. The Thunderbolts movie told us that they were depressed. This movie does a good job of showing that he's depressed, which was extremely important. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
I think that what hurts Jeremy Allen White, and it doesn't hurt him, but is going to hurt his Oscar nomination power, is that he acts very well in everything, and this is just a dull movie, and that there's this movie doesn't do a good job of showcasing everything he's got, because while he does go through some moments sometimes in here, even in the climactic moments of this movie, nothing's happening. This is a very flat movie to me. There's no peak and valley in this, really. There's one point near the very end where he actually gets to dig into why Jeremy Allen White is in this movie, right? So when he's talking to his therapist. That movie is absolutely moving and is such a showcase in like a 15-second segment or 30-second segment of why he is who he is and why he's in this movie. There's nothing else that couldn't have been anybody else in this film, in my opinion.
I'm not sure I agree with that last statement you made about it could have been. There might be a handful of guys who could have done this.
Is he one of the best guys for the job? Yes, but I don't think that he does it. Like this movie allows him to do anything spectacular. He's just in this movie. Like I think that you could put a lot of other people in as Bruce Springsteen in this film, and it would have been fine. I don't think I think that he probably makes that role a little bit better, but it's nothing that wowed me in any way, shape, or form because the movie doesn't have the springs to allow it to bounce up. It again, it's just flat. It's never a ride.
It's the pinky up version of.
I would argue it's not even that.
The Rocketman or the extreme biopic, or
I wouldn't argue that because, like you mentioned, like the conversations with Faye, I don't think they're very interesting either. I don't think like they're good on screen. They're good on screen together. They have conversations. There's nothing that like really pulled me into their story. I like when he was with Faye and her daughter, he was just with Faye and his daughter. There was nothing that I was like wondering, will he, won't he? You know, is he going to commit? Is he going to let the depression take a hold of him? Is he going to screw this up? I was never at the edge of my seat with any of that. I was just kind of along for the ride the movie took me on, and it wasn't anything that I was impressed with.
Okay, that's
Roger?
fair. Well, one thing I want to talk about is things that I found out after I watched this movie when I went to look it up. The whole thing with Faye is fake.
I was actually going to say that I don't even know if her character is real or if she's if she is a mechanism of the movie.
She's 100. She's totally fictional, which I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
no, it happens all the time.
Yeah, it happens all the time. It's just I thought that was a weird thing for them to have in here. But again, I think this movie suffers from it being such a short window into Bruce's career. And understand when you have somebody that's like uber famous, like Springsteen is, to do a whole biopic about his whole musical run would have to be like 4 hours long, and you don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
But instead, we get a movie that comes in just under 2 hours about like an 11-12 month period in his life. And yeah, look, I think with the depression side of it, I think Jeremy Allen White is great in showing off like his emotional range. But I never fully believe that he separates, like, that he is Bruce Springsteen and not just Jeremy Allen White. Does that make sense?
It does, of course.
Because it's like he is so good and so recognizable now.
Yeah.
I don't see him as anybody else.
Yeah.
I just see him as him, and like it's because he's so good, I guess.
Well, I think that's kind of what I meant when it's like this move, like he's just there, and like this movie is just like I felt like I was along for the ride.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything, and I don't think it's his fault. I think it's just what the movie is delivering.
Well, I think the things that I think are okay with this movie is like the flashbacks.
Yeah.
I think are interesting. I think they're well done.
Black and white
they're
stuff?
Black and
Yeah,
white.
yeah,
I think it's interesting.
It's good use of it.
Yeah, I think it helps. So there's never a blending the lines of what's happening and what's not.
One point at the very end, they do that, which was a good touch because you have this expectation of what these scenes mean.
But I mean, like, legitimately takes the ball back to him. So, which is all right.
Yeah.
It's the thing that I have an issue with too is very similar to about being along for the ride. Is most of this ride to me, especially for like most of the first hour of this movie to me, is incredibly boring. Like it's paced so slow. We barely move forward at all. Because like, look, I understand he's like sequestered in New Jersey in this rental house. He gets the guy to build him the studio.
Yeah.
And like
It's
we spend a copious amount of time watching him write lyrics, and I understand like that's a big deal.
yeah.
And like supposed to be something that's like, hey, this is a little bit of the creative process. I thought it was boring.
It's set up for context, not set up for climax. Is what
Okay,
it's doing.
sure,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? And like I agree with you and everything you said there. I understand why they're showing me all this, why we're on this ride, but like again, they're just giving context, and there's no what's going to happen because and it suffers a little bit from, in my opinion, that we know the career trajectory.
True.
We know he puts out Born in the USA. We know that, you know what I mean, and we know it's going to be the thing he's most known for a very long time.
The thing with this too is, and I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about Bruce Springsteen and his life. And,
Yeah, okay, same.
I don't think I'm outside the realm of saying that most people
Yeah.
don't. Like, look,
Land of Confusion, great song by him.
I understand this gentleman had a really rough time with depression, and I get that. That makes him very relatable, especially nowadays, like you guys already covered. So I won't go down that road again. But when he writes an album that is a good bit different than the albums that he's written before.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this towards the second half of this movie is him fighting with his record label.
Yeah.
Right. And if it wasn't for his buddy, the manager who Strong, I forget what his name is.
Who's great in this as well.
It's like if I ever go through a thing where I'm famous enough that I want to be able to do my own thing, I want my buddy to stand up for me and be like, fucking do it, Bruce. Yeah, I got your back, man. Like, because like I think he does a great job in like hyping Bruce up. It's like, hey man, you're doing great. You know, I believe in you. We'll get that through.
Let me handle this part. You go do your thing.
Man. And I also see it from the record label's perspective. You gave me a thing that's completely different. Like that happens with musicians all the time. Be like, hey man, did you listen to some of this shit?
I know you think this is good.
Buddy,
you need to burn.
This is your teen angst period.
I need a single. Come on, dude.
I need one of these that's way different than anything you have on here.
Like, look, I'll let you keep 3 of them. The other 9.
Yeah. I do think there's a lot of creative elements here, and I understand that there's good acting. There's great acting in this. There's no problem with that. I just don't think that any of this was. They're missing like when you make that volcano in elementary school. That that you pour the baking soda and vinegar and it erupts. It's missing. It's missing the baking soda. It's got everything else going for it. It's all there, but
I agree with you on that.
There ain't no baking soda.
I think they spent. So I think the dad thing was too overplayed in the end. I think that was too sewn up too tightly, too perfectly,
too clean.
Yeah. And you know what? The whole scene where he comes in and he's like, "Sit on my lap, boy." Yeah. Like I believe that Bruce Springsteen.
I will beat your ass with that ball bat again.
I bet Bruce Springsteen sat down with some guy in an interview and he's told that story 30 times. That's a weird scene. Like I understand the the emotional closure behind that and what he's going through and how that's such an important moment for him. But it's just it didn't hit for me. Like I was I got father issues, right? Big surprise. But I did
not a surprise to your listener.
It didn't. That scene I should be the target for that scene, right? Like I should feel moved and emotional and and all the things. I just didn't, and it's because wherever they're at in the film at that point, I don't see that as being something that is actually gonna pull someone in and hit you emotionally. Now, what hit me was the therapy part for sure, and again, it's the highlight of this movie to me, but I think it's one of the only very few highlights in this film that I can point out too, which I think is the problem that I have with it.
I think one of the bigger things that I deal with this movie, and it's very similar to what you just said again, is I'm an emotional guy when it comes to movies. Like
True.
I will tell you straight up, if this is the first time you ever listened to the show, I am a movie crier. It happens to me all the time. I'm unabashedly will admit that if it kicks, it happens. Mm-hmm. This movie doesn't, for as emotional as it tries to be, it never pulls the right strings for me here. Yeah. And look, man, I've been through a bunch of therapy, and
Same.
Therapy's hard,
yes.
and can be incredibly eye opening. And to watch this guy, which is a very real scene, still didn't click for me.
Okay,
because I'm just
that one hit me. That one did, and
I mean, it's the most emotional part of the movie, by far, and it still wasn't enough for me to be like, yeah, gotcha. Okay,
yeah. Well, it's just one of those things where when he finally felt like he could open up, and he couldn't pick one thing. It was I was like, okay, I can see how
that's real therapy stuff.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? It's definitely on that spectrum of this is where you need a great actor to be able to pull this off believably for that side of things. But I agree with you where it's there's not a lot of emotional hits throughout this movie. I'm told they're supposed to be, the movie's trying to tell me to, but I don't feel them.
Well, can I give you a callous question?
Sure.
Do you really care about Faye in this movie?
I did.
So
after Chris answers,
so I felt for Faye.
Okay,
but
fair.
But I'm engineered to feel for Faye because of the movie setup. I was wondering the same thing that you said about if she was a fabrication or not within the film. I think that Faye is a vessel to show Bruce's his struggle and his inability to have anything meaningful until he gets over this, like what he's going through.
Yeah, he's got a block.
But here's the thing: the fact that she is a fabrication kind of like it affects me now in the after, like looking at this from top down. But in the film, I'm supposed to feel because they don't get together, but I didn't, because like
that's how I felt.
Because you don't like we don't spend enough time with Faye, and because you're we're there for a little bit and then we come back a couple times, but like there was nothing that because Bruce doesn't open up, she doesn't feel like she's impacting his life.
I don't think the connection clicks because of that.
She's a placeholder within his life. She's an ornament in his life.
Timepiece.
Yeah, but like she isn't impactful to him in any way, and it's like I don't understand why that was something to highlight, because this movie has so much good in it. Like that, I know we've dogged on it a lot.
No, it's fine.
You were gonna say something
Go ahead about
with Faye. Sorry.
Yes, the thing with Faye is I know Bruce and Patty. I know because I know Bruce marries a woman named Patty, and I'm like, okay, well, where's the Patty coming in on this? And that's just because like maybe I was expecting the movie to be the whole Bruce
movie.
That's the thing is, I thought Faye was an interesting choice only because, and again, I don't know anything. I know Springsteen's his whole his whole music library. I don't know anything about Bruce, so I mean, I've dated a girl
from Jersey.
I dated a girl that was in love with Bruce, and her parents met at a Bruce Springsteen concert, and she was all about Bruce Springsteen, and that's who really turned me on to the lesser known songs and full albums.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the thing what I think worked with Faye is and this may just be me, is I think Faye worked on a level that maybe didn't just click with you guys, you two, or people in general. It clicked with me because I'm a romantic. I am someone who I want them to get together. I did kind of feel a hint of I've talked about this a couple times. The movie Flyboys with James Franco, Jean Reno, and a couple other people from the time, 2005, about World War I dogfighting. You remember that?
Yeah.
Familiar with that?
Sure.
So there's a French girl that he meets, and he keeps breaking away from his French unit. He's an American sent over to France to fight in the plains, and he comes over to save her, and she's quite pretty, the actress, and she has a couple brothers to take care of. And then there's a big thing that happens in the end. The Germans come over and they bomb a city, and she's just dead. He never hears from her again. And it's like, why'd you bring her up if that's the way this movie's going to end? That they never. He just goes back together, and then it's like, your face says everything.
No, you know what? For whatever reason, just popped into my head.
What?
This is where my brain goes. Draw me like one of your French girls.
There's a short right there.
Yep.
Anyway,
no.
So
God,
hear me out. Is when he finally meets Faye outside the thing, he's like, that's what I thought he was going to bring up Patty, because he's like, I'm kind of seeing someone kind of okay, well, this is going to be a blow between him and Patty. But then again, I still hadn't figured out that the movie wasn't all Bruce, the whole Bruce, as Roger says, but also it's
a Bruce.
The scenes with those two. I think Jeremy Allen White and Odessa Young. You got to have people with a range of talent to do those. You can't just bring two people off the street to do those. Like the camera angles during when they were talking tells you the whole story of what they were going through at the time, and the wonderful score the piano score when they were being intimate, and he would come up behind her and put his hand on her waist, and then they'd be in bed, and then have that whole sequence there. Is that's romance, man. That's what I wanted. Although I don't think the movie understood what it wanted out of those sequences.
Yeah, but it almost feels like because even before I knew that she wasn't an actual person within his life, it almost feels like it's romance in the movie because they felt like they had to have it. It's a token piece of romance instead of it being something that was necessary for the movie, because she's not necessary for anything in the plot.
I think she is.
No, because the movie's plot, it doesn't have to do with her at all. If you remove her from the film and have every other scene happen the way it does, what changes in the movie? Not a thing.
I'm not sure.
He still writes music. He still struggles with it. He still gets hung up on his Nebraska album. He still has to put out Born in the USA. He still fights with the record label. He still fights with his band about it. He
does life though, because that's what really happened.
Well, but he does all that. You remove every scene with Faye, and the movie doesn't change from that perspective because she has nothing to do with it.
I think she has a bigger impact. I think the reason she's in there is she impacts his mind, and I think that's why that Scott Cooper wrote her in there.
When?
Because she's part of the reason that he learns.
He goes to LA without her.
Well, when he sits down and tells her, like, I have to do this. I have to separate what I have here for what I need to go do by myself. I think that's important for.
I don't feel like he struggled with that. He just did it, and then he told her after the fact.
I think he's. I mean,
Did just fucking leave.
I know you want it to be this romantic pull. I know you need this, but it's not there.
3 people in this room, we've all been severely depressed at one point, or we've talked about this.
Yeah.
And like that, I think is part of that, though. It may not come across like that, and maybe some of her scenes were cut or edited.
I can definitely see that what you're saying.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna play the depression angle of Bruce, you have to bring in a girl for the other side of that, for someone that he gets close to, brings in his life, and then all of a sudden, like, you know what, decided I'm done with this. Good luck with your job and your kid, though. I think that was, as much as I want to agree with you with taking her out of those sequences, and the movie doesn't change. I think it probably does change quite a bit.
No. See, I disagree with you because you can't tell me how the movie changes. Because every scene that doesn't have Faye in it still happens the same way. She doesn't impact the movie at all unless she is actually present on screen with Bruce. There's not a single time where she's not on screen and Bruce is impacted by her. Every single scene without Faye happens the same exact way.
One of the songs from her, though, like his experience with her, doesn't one of those songs come from that? At least portrayed on the screen, anyway.
But she's not real, so that doesn't even matter.
Well, she's real in the movie, but not in like real lore. So I understand what you're saying. So
yeah, there's not I can't think of a single thing that actually like matters that she was there in the movie besides they needed some romance in it.
I think that's a big part of that too. Is they need, because it helps humanize him too.
It does. That's the thing.
Well, the other thing is too.
Are we humanizing Bruce Springsteen?
I think I can answer that.
Well, he's very he got famous because he's very relatable guy.
I don't think you need to humanize Bruce himself. I think to make this movie happen, you do. Because if you don't bring in a lead opposite him, especially a romantic lead, you really get the story that you just told, where it's him going to therapy and fighting with his record label.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't give a shit about that. Well, far more people will care if there's a relationship involved. And
I guess
that's just movie 101.
No. Yeah, I get that. I get what you're saying. I don't know. I think that, if you saw the movie trailer and Faye wasn't in it, I think you'd be shocked that Faye was in it because it's a movie about Springsteen.
Well, I mean, you'd be shocked that it wasn't like, you'd be shocked. I imagine why this movie's done almost no money, with as big as Springsteen was at one point in American musical history, was the fact that like people are like, it's a movie about his mental health, and people are like, okay, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, because deep down that's really what I mean. Not deep down. This is what this.
Yeah, you don't got to dig too far to find it.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
But the other thing is too.
You're right. You said it, buddy. It's you. You were right.
Good. Thank you. Never told a joke.
Do you see what I deal with?
Yeah.
You see what I deal with?
So, does every movie have to have like, let's go to the carousel by ourselves scene now?
Oh, God,
why does that keep happening in movies?
When
I mean, you either go there in romance or you go there.
That's in this movie. The first time, like they're out and about together.
Yeah. It's carousel, yeah.
Yeah, like when did that become like a thing?
Hey, it happens in two kinds of movies: in romance and horror, because someone's getting stabbed in either one of those. So,
good Lord.
Yeah.
Good Lord. That's why you people come here, isn't it? I know it is. Anyway, go on, Roger. What you're saying.
I got nothing else.
Wait, what's your beef with the carousel scene?
We've seen that like 100 times now. Like that. There's been a bunch of movies in the past few years where like people go out on a date and somehow end up on a carousel or something by themselves.
Is it overplayed?
Yeah.
You're talking about the actual carousel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you meant like the context of the sequence.
No, I mean like people going on dates together and ending
What's
up.
Another one.
There's a bunch.
I mean, something tragic is tied to Punisher in that sense. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Sure. I mean, weird from 25 years
again, murder.
23 years ago.
I don't know. It's just I agree.
Also, carousels are creepy.
It's the music. I agree with Roger on the fact that it's like okay, but again, knowing what I know now about Faye, did that even happen? Did he even
No, 'cause she's not
it's
real.
literally just a music,
Well, this
just a
is
movie.
this is
prop.
adapted from a book too. That's important.
Okay, so I have a
very
question.
very important to understand that as well.
Okay, well, I have a
Yes.
question. Does it even matter? Does it even matter about like the carousel and the romance side of things, knowing that Faye is a fabrication? Like, does it matter if he went there or not? Does it matter
No.
if that exists? It doesn't, because it's the vessel that we're trying to tell with his side of the story, right? Between him and her. I just, again, I don't feel like it mattered. It's like the scenes I would have liked to see more of the sound engineering. I would like to see more of them figuring out how to get it to sound the way he wanted to, because like they went through so many hoops to make it happen, and it's such a contention point in the movie
They
that
do
like,
get through it a lot.
well, and I don't find that uninteresting. You know what I mean? Like, so like if Faye's out of the picture and I see more of that in the movie, maybe it's missing the romance element for a majority of people. Like, I'm not there. Like, I'd rather see more of the true stuff than the non-true stuff. I'm watching the Bruce Spring biopic. Not saying that like all these have to be factually correct movies, right? Because like we've seen plenty of them that they
They essential or
yeah
Braveheart.
essentialize things.
yeah.
Braveheart.
Okay, I mean,
The princess and him existed like 300 years apart.
yeah. But that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, while it's not true, does the movie need it? I guess is my question, because like I think they could have leaned. I don't think this movie makes $10 million less because they take Faye out of it.
No. I mean, didn't make any money to start with. So
Well, I think that's kind of what I mean. Like they could have just told the whole actual story, and this thing still would be in the same place it is now at like $16 million, and the Bruce Springsteen fans went to see it.
yeah.
No one saw this because they wanted to see a romance between Bruce Springsteen and somebody. They went to see it because of Bruce Springsteen story.
Well, did people go? I mean, again, that one happens to be true, but Bohemian Rhapsody is him and Mary. It's like that. That just happens to be the true part of the story.
Sure.
But I mean, that's part of the Freddie Mercury story. Not that, like, I guess bad example, because like she's not a part of the Bruce Springsteen story,
No.
but she's a part of the novel being adapted. So if you're adapting a
Yeah.
novel, then
Okay, yeah.
you have to include the characters in the novel.
I don't think you have to, because we see plenty of movies that are books and then movies, and then we're like, this isn't what happened at all. You know what I mean?
I guess the real story at that point, if you take her out and dig into the deeper stuff, then you're just making a documentary.
Yeah.
And they just
mean,
could have made a documentary.
But some of these biopics basically are that, though.
Well, can I talk about some stuff I really liked though?
I think you're right and wrong, but
that's fair. That's
I
fair.
think the conversation we were having just kind of spirals down and never kind of comes back up. But
it's yeah.
some of the stuff I thought they did really right, and this is because like I've worked with Scott Cooper. I've been able to pick his brain as a director. I worked with him on Out of the Furnace, which
That's a good one.
well, it was funny story about that is like the script changed so much from like, okay, we're here in Pittsburgh, let's make a movie, to like in theaters. It changed because like when I first got a job, they're like, well, you're working on what's going to be a Best Picture nominee. I was like, oh, that's really exciting. Let's Christian Bale for the
How'd
second
that
time
work
after
out?
Batman.
What happened?
It won the Razzies. So point is like
how many?
Scott Cooper though, he sees things in interesting ways. Like Crazy Heart I brought up before, like Crazy Heart is a great movie.
It's a great movie.
I mean, Jeff Bridges. I'm not saying Jeff Bridges and Jeremy Allen White are different here, but the story for Crazy Heart, and again, you have Maggie Gyllenhaal as the girl. Like, does it need to be told in that story? Well, that's more integral part of that story. But I would argue that for the same reason she's necessary in Crazy Heart, Faye is necessary in this story that we're watching on screen here. I would argue she is necessary to help us with his mental acuity and downfall at wherever he is. And some of the stuff I really liked was not only between him and Faye, but I really, really liked the stuff with the dad in the black and white, because like I didn't expect the dad to still be alive again. I don't know much about Bruce Springsteen's life, so in the 80s he may have still been, but I find it less rewarding to go through this movie because the dad's still alive, and he's like, "Come on, kiddo, sit on my knee."
Well, I'm glad Dad slowed down.
I'm not
a
saying
little bit
I
at his older age,
support
you know what I mean?
killing dads, but
wow.
Well, I mean, I thought one of you guys was going to make the joke. Anyway,
nope.
Really
you did that on
just you, buddy.
I thought was really good for stuff like some of the writing. I thought was really, really kind of ahead of its time as far as like being in the Netflix era. But in the beginning, when he gets out of the thing and he doesn't really see himself as much, he gets in his car It's really kind of junky. He goes to his home, and you see that long shot of him walking into the frame on the downstairs kind of foyer area, and he's like a very small part of the bigger picture. That his life is empty. We see that for like it's empty completely. And then he goes to the car salesman. He's like, I know who you are. You're Bruce Springsteen. He's like, well, that makes one of us. Because like you know that like he clearly has no idea what's going on in his own head or like how big he is or he can be. And stuff like that is like that's where like the pinky up filmmaking part of it is.
Yeah, but I think the more interesting part of this whole story is his struggle with stardom. I think that is interesting because, you know, it sells even to this day in like, you know, in tabloid magazines and stuff where like, you know, someone famous goes on some weird freaking tirade or downward spiral. It's an interesting concept because it's an unrelatable concept that that a lot of people would aspire to like towards with fame, stardom, and stuff like that. So like, you know, to piggyback off of like, you know, things you liked, I said it already. Like the acting in this is great. It's fine. The Jeremy Allen White does a great job. Does a phenomenal job. All of his supporting, all the supporting cast is great too. His best friend and manager, he does a fantastic job. Even the small exchanges with him and his wife, I think are good pieces of dialogue. It's just again, you know, like as we go through, sound design is okay. I heard a lot of Springsteen songs, you know, while I watched this movie. You know what I mean?
Shocking
But
development.
there's nothing that's like over the top with it. I think. And again, I'm trying to talk about the positives. I keep on falling back into things that I'm just not impressed with. But I guess I expected a little bit more. Like I expected more Rockstar in the Rockstar movie.
Well, I don't think you're wrong in that because I feel again we've agreed on a lot of stuff for this movie.
Yeah.
This movie to me is never better than good at any point, and there's a lot of stuff
fair.
that falls below that marker.
Yeah.
There's not any real like, oh man, that scene where you know they were walking with the daughter and you know all that was so impactful and I loved it. Like you don't really get a whole lot of that in this movie. You get a good bit of dialogue that is successful and works, but it's not like, oh man, that scene is unforgettable. Like there's not a single part of this movie that to me sticks out as something I'll remember 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
It's only okay at best.
Yeah, this movie's in desperate need of like a car chase scene or something in it to
No,
bring it to life.
not the Springsteen story.
No, it needs more rock star moment.
More Bruce Springsteen being on stage, which we didn't get a whole lot of that actually.
I know.
Springsteen
Weird
being
in
on
the
stage,
Springsteen movie.
which I thought was we given the poster is Jeremy Allen White like doing the iconic Bruce Springsteen like.
Yeah.
Thought was weird. I did think that was odd, but again, it's not a movie. I thought 10 minutes in, I was like, okay, this is not the movie I thought I was going to get.
Yeah. I think this movie is fine, but I think it's very flat and it never rises above that. Like there's no peak, there's no valley here. It's just a lot of flat open road that it drives us down.
I don't disagree with you. What anything you just said, and I 100% agree with you. However, it's better than like 1 through 49 and 50 through 51, 51 through 100 is like it's got to be up here somewhere, right? No. So that's why for me it's a thumbs up.
It doesn't have to be. I think is the thing that I would say, and like it's fine that like you know that you're within that critic range that thinks that you know as me as the esteemed critic that I am, you know, at reviewing movies.
We're just three guys talking about.
Yeah,
movies.
it's like I don't think I would ever go out of my way to see this again. I think if it was on, I would turn it off for a sports game.
Okay, you know how I argued for a long time that I should be able to do this.
Yeah.
Into the voting.
Yeah.
This movie is very much this.
See,
one of the most okayest movies.
An okay movie. Yeah, I mean, because like, and it's not really a knock, but for most movies, but for this movie, it is.
Yeah.
Because like they're touting this up as like, oh my goodness, this is going to get Jeremy Allen White his first Oscar nomination, and it still might. But the movie itself, it ain't it, man.
I'm not going to be surprised if he doesn't get nominated.
So that's the thing, because the movie is so underwhelming.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised either.
I'm not going to be shocked if it doesn't happen.
And I think he does a great job. I think he is a very talented actor, and he's in one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah,
and
he was an Iron Claw. He was the kid in Iron Claw, right?
He's an Iron Claw too.
His character, like that. He's so much better. He's allowed to be
Iron Claw, the Bear. Those weird slashers I saw him in, every single one of them, his character deals with like doesn't know how to deal with process what's going on in his head. Like, I
Yeah.
just realized that.
Yeah.
Ironclaw, especially.
Lip Gallagher from Shameless.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my
Yeah.
lord,
That's what brought him up, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like this movie's never better than fine, and that's for something that they want to be a big deal. It's just not to me.
Yeah.
I think I will. Some of the stuff I will remember is him and Faye in the bedroom when she gives him the St. Christopher necklace because of what's going on in the music behind it, and then also in the diner when she's just had her heart ripped out and she's sitting. They're sitting in the booth,
Yeah.
and then she walks away, and you see her behind because the camera angle is one of those like behind the wall. But to me that's telling a story of two people who were completely broken that found each other. Another reason I think Faye might be in this is because I think the simplest explanation is because Springsteen his target audience was like the blue collar worker in Jersey.
Yep.
And Faye is exactly that. You know, like she's working
100%.
at a diner in Jersey. So
Okay.
I mean, for reasons I'm just saying, like reasons they chose to include her was
Maybe.
sure, but I mean,
Yeah, but it's almost like I'm watching Bruce Springsteen fan fiction.
well, because when someone said
Gross.
when someone says, "Well, I like it," the one question you ask them is, "Do you like Bruce Springsteen?" If yes, then go watch it. If
Yeah,
not,
but honestly though, that's a very fair thing to say. But if the answer is like, maybe, then probably not.
well, you're not wrong about that. But I find it hard to not to say this is, at least for me, and I'm only speaking for my own thing. I find it hard to say it's a thumbs down because I don't think I could justify that, which is weird because I was able to
No,
justify Black Phone
It's
too. But
it's just this movie is just okay, like, and that's a fine place to be for most things.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just if you say like this is the quintessential Bruce Springsteen thing, and grow out a claim for this.
Yeah.
It's just not.
I mean, like what you like. Be interested if you're interested. I know you, so it doesn't change like anything there. If you told me that this was a 60 out of 100, I would need to know why. I would question it.
that's fair. I mean,
You know what I mean? Like that's it. Because again, it's very what Roger said. It's in the middle, and it's no one's fault besides I think the vessel that is this storytelling here. It doesn't have that pizzazz. It has nothing.
pizzazz, yeah.
One thing I want everybody to understand: if this movie was any longer, I would have tore it apart. Because look, this movie comes in with credits. I think it's just a shade under 2 hours. Like if this was 2:45 and this is what we got, I'd have ripped my fucking hair out. Because there's a long stretch.
245 would be egregious.
Well, like
No,
220.
yeah.
Because I mean this seriously. There's a time from 15 minutes into the hour mark. It's incredibly boring to me.
Well, I mean, I think if it's 2 hours and 20 minutes, I think we get more Faye. Is what
Well,
happens.
that's what I'm saying. And one of my points I wanted to bring up, I didn't. I thought it was a tad too short because to tackle the stuff they wanted to tackle, the elements in play, I think they needed more time.
Here's the thing. I bet this movie is an hour and 25 minutes without Faye in it. So maybe they just maybe that's why she's here.
Well, she's in it from the beginning.
25
She's in
minutes worth.
she's in. I mean, she's in the work from the beginning. I'm sure she. I don't know. I've not read it, but I'm sure she's there. But I mean, I would imagine there's reasons. Now, maybe again, what we don't know is what got cut, what never made it to the. It's like what they shot and didn't use. It's tough to know that kind of stuff, but. Maybe we got because it is 2 hours exactly, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe they edited it down. It seems very odd to be 2 hours exactly. So maybe they edited it down.
Fair.
But
yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've been very harsh on the Springsteen movie, but again, it's one of those things where everything I'm saying is nitpicky, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of movie fundamental here that just doesn't feel like it's connecting. I feel like I got a story and a short story in the same movie. And I don't think that they blend. I think they run parallel, and I don't think that it serves the overall work.
They don't mesh well together.
No.
And it's okay to be nitpicky for movies because, like I said, this is a movie that people want to think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just not.
Yeah.
The movie that was made doesn't justify all this. Hey, this is big hype. No, it ain't. Buddy, I saw it. It's okay. And we already talked about this a little bit earlier with biopics. The Bob Dylan biopic is significantly better than this movie.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
And legitimately, I don't give a shit about Bob Dylan. So
Well, but people do.
That's
fine. And that story is better. It's told better. It's every bit of that movie is better than this one.
It has those peaks and valleys too that are kind of necessary for for getting an audience to be invested and then have a resolution too. This one doesn't really have that. This movie just kind of like
I will agree. I was disappointed where it ended, and
it just kind of ends.
Like
yeah,
as soon as because there was a point where it's like 10 months later, I was like, is it really going to just?
If I hadn't been looking at my watch, I would have been surprised that the movie ended there. But like I knew the runtime, and I was like, oh, we're wrapping up.
I would have traded some dad time with some Faye time. And given what we know about his dad being the hard ass, and then we got the one scene where he's like, no, today you're with me. And they watch The Night of the Hunter, a very famous movie that thematically belongs in this movie.
Yeah.
But, and it's, I'm sure it's, to Bruce, it means something that The Night of the Hunter.
Probably, yeah.
But I would have traded some more time with the dad. And the way we were presented with him, I'm actually kind of upset that the script does this thing I call pandering, is like, what the dad is like, it's like the ending to a Disney movie about a high school football quarterback. The dad's like, I'm so proud of you. And like, all we needed was the dad to show up in the audience and be like give the nod. And okay, that's the dad's approval. We've now come full circle with the dad. We're fine. The arc is done.
Yeah,
Instead, we got this whole weird thing in the locker room. And
it's so weird that I'm sure it actually happened. You know what I mean?
It's like, too weird for it to be made up.
Yeah. Like Bruce has told that story to a couple of people a few times. And they're like,
to his fucking therapist.
But I would have traded. I would have traded some dad time for some more Faye time, or
vice versa.
More time with his manager.
Yeah, his manager probably.
Well, those are better conversations.
Although, you know what I thought about every time they held up like a set and they're like, "There's no case." I thought of the Daniel Radcliffe when he opens the door to the audience. He's like, "Play it."
Oh yeah.
on the Weird Al thing.
Yeah.
By the way, also excellent biopic.
Completely accurate, filmed in real
That's
time.
a parody biopic, but that movie's also very
They
good.
ruin the joke.
They followed him
man.
for years with a camera.
Honestly, for real people, that movie is legitimately funny.
That was Roku exclusive, wasn't it?
Roku exclusive.
It's a hell of a movie, though.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's a movie.
Okay, good. Well,
It certainly is.
I'm happy that the discussion went like this because it's a good discussion, and I think it's important that we have it because we could have talked about something else. I was the one that was like voting for Springsteen. I know Roger was like, well, we should probably do Springsteen, and we didn't know what the movie was actually like. That was what we didn't know. It was and that 17.
I expected more Rockstar.
And that 17 people across the U.S. watched it, so that'll be bad. But it's
they're all my figure.
Significantly more amount of people watched this movie than Smashing Machine.
True.
So
what does that say about Smashing Machine? Nothing.
That says that.
It says a lot that we talked about a couple episodes ago. So go back and check on that. Exactly what we said about Smashing Machine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let us know which one you like more.
Listener, I hope if you're listening to this and you're on the fence, you do choose to watch it.
Yeah, always watch it and make your own decision.
Well, also, if you could find time for a matinee instead of an evening show, you might save yourself some money on this one. But I recommend. I do. It's hard for me not to recommend a movie in the theater because you imagine watching this on Netflix, how much your experience would have been dulled even further.
Why would it?
Well, at least with the theater, you get the sound.
The sound wasn't even a character in the movie about a rock star.
Yeah,
the sound wasn't even a character,
which is very damning.
Well, I watched this at Marquee Cinemas, which the sound has been awful for a decade plus. So
I heard they're getting it redone.
Are they really?
That's what I heard.
Well, the other theaters coming in now, they have competition. So
they're getting remodeled.
Well, guys, thank you for joining me for this episode.
It was a good talk.
And if you're listening to this episode, in a few days from now, the movie bracket battle number 3 will post. A lot of fun. Some really hard choices in that one.
It was good.
Even some of the seeds came down to it. Really hard choices. Check that out. It's only on YouTube. We're doing that. ? Only on YouTube.
Look for it wherever you desire. It might be there.
Wherever toys are sold.
I mean, it'll definitely be on YouTube.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, that does it for us on episode 53 of Post Credits Podcast, a show where we are lucky enough to talk about movies with you. If you listen to this episode on an audio-only service such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Podbean, feel free to head over to YouTube. Check us out there. Turn us on while you're doing work. Whatever it is you're doing, turn us on. We appreciate it. Like and subscribe. It's a big one for us. Smash them, both buttons. Smash them. Grind them into dust. Pretend I didn't do that. All right. Thank you.
Get us out of here.
Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Peace.